So Ralph moved, and he says, regardless, if I have to share my address to see my son, parentheses, doubt it, and let those people dox me again, putting my daughter in danger, then I'll show him the same record one day down the line. I will never share my new address, and there's no one who can make me. So Ethan Ralph has moved to location unknown, and it has started the great gunt hunt, the greatest gunt hunt that has ever been. Everybody's trying to figure out where Ethan Ralph lives because he's basically, I mean, he made it, he gamified it. He went on the internet and said, "Y'all will never find me." Oh, now it's like fun. You made it fun. You've whipped out the Monopoly board, set up all the pieces, and said, "Y'all will never beat me in this game of Monopoly." And it was like, well, fuck it. I'm gonna sit down because all the pieces are right here. I'm gonna start playing. I'm gonna pass go, motherfucker. Watch me. So, uh, it has been 6 days since this announcement. I have taken the timestamp of this tweet and I have put on the Kiwi Farms a timer from counting the seconds from this tweet. And when someone makes a post that is his actual address, when we confirm it's his address, I will stop the timer at the timestamp of that first post, and we'll see how long it took for us to beat Ethan Ralph and find his address again. And I bet you it'll probably be by the end of this month, given how fast things in the Ralphiverse move. But that's about it as far as Ralph. The speculation is that Ralph has broken up with May because she is nowhere to be seen. The baby is nowhere to be seen, and that's quite suspicious. I think the story is that they still have the old apartment in New York, but we last saw May in her father's kitchen because she posted a picture of herself in her father's kitchen. So we think that she just went up to her dad's place and Ralph has moved with his uncle. He's either moved to his uncle's house, which we know he has several like houses that he's fixing up, or he moved to Florida. There was a very convincing post where you could see the corner of Ralph's room and it had like a kind of electrical fuse box, and then in the layout of the uncle's house that we have pictures of, there is a electrical hookup to the house on the corner of the house from the outside. And someone said that it would make sense for the fuse box to be in that corner if the electrical hookup on the outside was on that side of the house. So we might have already found it, and we just have to prove it. But after that post, Ralph has put up a green screen so that you can't see anything in his room anymore. But we'll see. You said she wasn't pregnant before. Okay, it's not my fault that the malnourished horse does not even look pregnant when she was like 9 months pregnant. You could not see a baby on that woman. She did not. She never developed like breastfeeding apparatuses on her chest. She never. Okay, look, she looked like she did not look different before or after giving birth. If you were to tell me now that May pulled that baby out of a hospital and ran out with it, I would not be surprised. Let's say, yeah, that sounds about right, because it never looked like she was pregnant to begin with. Anyways, it's enough about May. I have not listened to this clip all the way through. It's 3 minutes long. And it's very disgusting. I gave up about 10 seconds in. For your entertainment and or disgust, I will now play all 3 minutes of it.
Sonic Boom says, that's too bad. I like Nora. Too bad she turned out to be a backstabber. Well, you know what? I liked her too. I took her virginity.
So just to clarify, Nora has never said anything about Ralph publicly in like the 3+ years that they've been separated. And for some reason, Ralph has been seething about her for a while, for reasons completely unknown to everybody.
In that hotel room many years ago. That was still enjoyable though. Daddy's home, kids. I remember her saying, you know what? Well, maybe I'll say this. I remember her saying, that's too big. That's too big. There's no way. She was wrong. Might have hurt a little bit, but and again, I'm not saying I made every right move and that I always treated her the right way, because I didn't. And I can sit here and think about some things that I did the wrong way too. But I'm saying I should have just ended it, because there was no reason whatsoever to continue on in a relationship like that. Bitch, you don't have the balls to come out here and talk shit about me, but I'll say whatever the fuck I want about you, whore. Nora, you bitch. Stop me. Come out here and say something about it then. If you don't like it, why don't you go on the casino then, bitch? Fucking whore. You want to send all your minions out here to talk shit? I'm not scared. I will fucking dominate your ass just like I did that first time we met in the fucking hotel room, you dirty skank.
Again,
bring it, bitch.
Being friends with somebody, there would be no right-wing coalition.
Oh, and I literally dominated the ass, by the way.
Yeah.
But I can tell you what, bitch. I know who you've sent out. I know what you've done. I dare you. I fucking dare you to come on one of these shows. I dare you to fuck with me.
She has said nothing. If he knows something about her talking about him, nobody else knows. Literally nobody else has any clue of her talking bad about him. It looks like, from all records, it looks like she wants to completely and totally forget that he ever existed.
You won't. Because I'll absolutely bury you under the fucking ground.
Figure. It kind of goes back to point number one. This is why we.
Oh, you want to talk all this shit? I was bitch. No, you weren't brainwashed, you fucking dumb whore. You were a collaborator. You wrote article after article for my website. You ran my website while I was in jail. There's nobody on this earth who's going to believe the shit you're selling. I double dog dare you to ever open your fucking mouth about me, bitch. God, I want that to happen. I want it to happen. I'm talking to you, whore, right fucking now. I want you to do that. Because I got a lot to say.
Who we should disavow. I'm sure.
One of the co-founders of the Kill Stream. Actually.
It's so bizarre how he's like so angry he can't let that Nick clip play because he just keeps screaming again. I also like how you can tell that he's in a house that no woman has ever been in because it's so echoey. Like, you put a woman into like a bare bones room, the first thing she's gonna do is throw some upholstery on some shit, put in like a rug, puts like a sofa in or something so that you don't have that reverb in the mic. But no, he's just like in an empty room by himself screaming about his ex-wife, like he's trying to LARP as Bill Dotrey. He's just alone and angry about Lenore. I don't know. I found this clip disgusting and very sad too. There's nothing that he hates more than women, by the way. Here's an example of this.
And it's up here too. It's not on the shoulder, which would be one thing. It's like, okay, she's got her hand on his shoulder, whatever. It's up here. This is a more intimate spot than here. You know what I mean? Like, this versus this are two different things. First off, don't put your fucking hands on another man. First thing. But second off, this is different from this. You know what I mean? Like, this is, oh, we fucked. And it's up here.
This is a Twitter clip by, I'll call it out, me and I cannot pronounce this name. I'm sorry. I tried to give you a shout out, but you have picked the worst fucking username ever in the history. For those that couldn't hear it, there's a clip of someone, I think that girl related to Lauren Southern, like her little sister that Ralph has been openly thirsting about since she was 17. Who may, I don't know, there's a non-zero possibility that the Ralph saga ends with him trying to creep on her and him getting shot in the process, because he's been after Jess Southern for literally like 5+ years at this point. But she has her hand on a guy's shoulder and he's saying that's Lauren. Oh, that's right, she's accusing, there was I'll get to that in a second, but Oh, the guy is someone that she's related to. So they're like cousins or something. And she has a hand on his shoulder, and he's trying to call her a whore because she has a hand on her cousin's shoulder, saying that they fuck when, I don't know. Okay, here's the question, chat. I'm gonna put the poll up. Who's the bottom? Ralph or CRP? Because we know from Ralph and Male Logic that CRP and Ralph have fucked based on the. It's kind of I don't know. I guess it's kind of like the crotch face inward crotch face the world thing that guy came up with, the MGTOW guy. So this is like hand on shoulder they fuck. And now I asked my audience, who is the bottom in this relationship between Ethan Ralph and Coach Red Pill? And the votes are coming in. We got about 500 votes right now, with 81% of people saying that Ralph is the bottom, which is just disgusting because we know that Ralph doesn't wear underpants, and his ass cheeks are probably caked in shit, if we're going to be honest. There's no way that proper hygiene. I guarantee you that where Dick is standing, you can smell it. You can smell the eau de gunt coming up from below. But yeah, at 800 votes, 83% of people say that Ethan Ralph would be the bottom in this position, this relationship. By the way, this is Lauren Southern actually responded to this and pointed out that, like I said, that what's his face is a cousin. I'm pretty sure slutty Southern vid, because she has. That's bizarre. That's his angle. He really hates Lauren Southern because of her relationship with Odyssey, I guess. He really hates women in general. By the way, I've not watched this. I'm just going to recap it because I don't care. Lauren Southern put out a video where apparently she's been gone for a while. I didn't know about that either, which is why she made fun of his sex tape with Venti. Oh, Venti and her made fun of the sex tape. Okay, there you go. They made fun of his little thumb penis, and that's why he's angry at her. It's boring. I bet it is. The key talking points are this, and I'll just read this. Milo Yiannopoulos defrauded a charity he and others set up to benefit white trash and blackmailed multiple people within the conservative movement to save his own reputation and did a lot of projection to try to save himself. I think that's referring to the privilege grant. When he was famous briefly, he set up a college fund for white people, white males, called the Privilege Grant. That got like several like $200,000, and I don't think a single guy got money from that. So I guess he just stole the money, allegedly. Tommy Robinson would frequently hang out with people he had very heated political feuds with, implying there's a lot of kayfabe. More controversially, as the allegation that he invited someone of an imposing view to the Day for Freedom event, which was centered around free speech in the UK, only to turn on the person as soon as they showed up and claim he never invited them, which upset the entire event. Tommy Robinson was the guy in the UK who got arrested for trying to report on Julian Assange. That's the only thing I know him for. And Paul Joseph Watson lost his shit when he got turned down by Lauren while they were together at some event. Most of this is already known, but Lauren revealed she will drop more embarrassing shit about him if he doesn't leave her alone and quit lying about her. Paul Joseph Watson is the guy who's British, also British, and very obnoxious, and says, "Imagine my shock." And he has like this horrific, I don't know, his mouth gapes open when he says it. That's one. Imagine my shock and let that sink in are two of my least favorite boomer expressions. He got arrested for reporting on grooming. Oh, that's it. He the UK court told him not to go near a court proceeding that was happening regarding the Asian groomer gangs in the UK. And he went there and he not only got like arrested though, but they black bagged him. Like they like hushed him aside, and because arrests are not public in the UK, like nobody knew what happened to him. He just disappeared for like a couple days. And then they finally let him talk to his attorney, and he was still in jail. The UK is really just a lovely place. But imagine my shock and let that sink in are like my least two favorite boomerisms, because I always think of Paul Joseph Watson doing that stupid face he does when he says it, and then let that sink in. I just think of like a sink knocking at the door, like, hello, and I think of that expression, if you're cold, he's cold, let him in. And it's like a thing where if it's like snowing outside, you should let your dog inside, but it's the sink. He's outside and he's cold and he needs to be let in too. So you gotta let that sink in. I don't know. I just fucking hate that expression. I guess that's like a uniquely autistic thing that I have. Whoa. So I don't know. Good for Lauren Southern, I guess. I don't really have anything against her, surprisingly. I can usually make up a reason not to like someone. I don't know anything about Lauren Southern, except that her name would be better as Laura Southern, which I called her for 2 years before someone corrected me. Okay. Let me get a sip of water before I talk about this. She's phony. I'll give you a hint. They're all phony. She's alt-right, but she's married to an Asian guy. Like, okay, whatever. What's funny is that the Asian guy she's married to is Australian, I think. So there's a lot. Every Australian I know is Chinese. It's very bizarre how that works out. Well, she was aligned with the by like other people aligned her as the alt-right. I think she might have even said that she was alt-right before the media started saying that that was like a neo-Nazi thing, because there was a very brief period in time in 2015 or 2016 where being alt-right just meant that you were like conservative but not a retard, and then they ruined that. The frog lady ruined that by saying that the alt-right is a new threat to democracy, and then she shouted out Pepe the Frog in a political rally and ruined that forever too.